Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, yeah. Way to come back on the road in overtime. Yes, yes. The Sacramento Kings are able to come back in overtime at the end of the game and win on the road versus Dallas, who were kind of depleted but still had enough good NBA players to compete last night in a back and forth game. The Sacramento Kings win 129 to 128 versus the Dallas Mavericks in Dallas. And currently, the Sacramento Kings are in 9th place. They are tied with the Warriors at 27 and 26. And they have the tiebreaker, which is why they are in 9th instead of 10th place. And the Kings are currently on a 2-game win streak. Thunder holding it down at first place. They have not even got double-digit loss in the loss column yet, 43-9. We have the Memphis Grizzlies, who are 35-17, and the Denver Nuggets, who took back their place from the Rockets at 35-19. And look who's climbing up the ranks. Number 4, Lakers. Houston has dropped all the way to 5th, who were once in 2nd place, might have even been in 1st place for a while. Hey, real quick, guys, I ask that you please like the content. Please like the content. Also, please subscribe if you're into Sacramento Kings news, Kings analysis. I ask you, please click that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. And I would like to say thank you for being here. Hopefully you're here for the whole video. Y'all back? We back. Y'all back? We definitely back. And I'm glad you're here with me. And I just want to say welcome, YouTube, and to all my folks and all you Kings fans. It's your guy, Jay Woods, aka Shy the Man, and I'm back at you with another episode of The Kings Morning After Midday Cup with Joe with Jay.
Ah! I love it.
I have to be all the way honest with you guys. I'm doing a late video. Couldn't do the midday video, so doing a late video. My coffee's old and it's cold, but it's okay. It's still gonna do what it do. It's still gonna wake me up, just like the Kings seem to have woken up a little bit. DeMar DeRozan's game has woken up. 42 points last night, taking us to a clutch victory with clutch shots at the end of the game, end of overtime. Just cold-blooded, like my coffee. And today is February 11th, 2025. We are into the 2nd month of the new year. And today is... You know what today is. Yeah. Taco Tuesday!
Where is it? Taco Tuesday!
Yeah, Taco Tuesday.
Yeah. Taco Tuesday!
I got the cheese, she tasting the Kool-Aid.
What is it? Taco Tuesday!
Migo the plug, Guadalupe.
And my cup of Joe for the day is... Great to see DeMar DeRozan getting these clutch victories. Good to see that clutch mid-range game going to work for the Kings. Zach LaVine doesn't look all the way acclimated yet. He hasn't come into his own yet. His numbers are a little lower than his season average was coming onto the Kings team. But he'll come into his own too, as well, I believe. He needs to find his niche on this team, find what he's going to do on this team, find his position, his calling on this team. But DeMar DeRozan seems to have found his place on this team, and is definitely from mid-range in the clutch. And a stat just came out recently that he has the most clutch points out of anybody in the NBA in the past 10 years. So good for DeMar DeRozan. He's that man. He's that guy. He's that clutch midi game guy. I call him clutch midi game. And it's exactly what the Kings needed, especially in the playoffs. They need a guy like that for the playoffs. Too bad De'Aaron Fox won't be here to commandeer this team, to kind of be the captain of this team. It looks like we're going to need another captain. So, like, I saw Zach LaVine bringing the ball up a couple times, which was okay. You know, we're getting a lot of turnovers, and that's possibly because we don't have the point guard. You know, Malik Monk's been our de facto point guard, and he does good. He gets a lot of assists, but in my opinion, he's not really a point guard. He's more of a multi guard. A shooting guard, a scoring guy that can also play point forward at times, or excuse me, point guard at times. So it's working. It's worked the past couple games. They got victories against okay squads. The Kings just need to keep pushing. They have Keon Ellis. Keon Ellis is kind of that defensive guard. He's not really a true point guard. Push the ball down the court, get a pass for alley-oop type point guard, but he can hold his own at point guard as well. And we have Devin Carter, but Devin Carter has been put down to the Sacramento Kings in the developmental league, the G League, so he's not even around right now currently. So I don't know if it's going to be LaVine bringing the ball up, how that's going to look. He's a pretty tall guy, but he did it a couple times, and maybe that might work. But it's good to see DeMar DeRozan coming into his own on the Sacramento Kings team. And it's starting to look more and more like this is his team. And that's my cup of Joe. Black, one creamer. I'm going to give you some stats. Some quick stats. All right, quick stats. Here we go. For the Dallas Mavericks, their leading scorer was Kyrie Irving with the big 30 points. Second leading scorer happened to be Spencer Dinwiddie off the bench with 20. Klay Thompson had a big 19 points. I wonder if the Warriors could use his 19 points currently at this time. They should have never let him go, in my opinion. They picked up Butler, but in my opinion, Klay Thompson could do the same stuff Butler can do, in my opinion. But anyway. Kyrie Irving was also the leading rebound getter with 9. Kyrie Irving doing everything for his team, and was also the leading assist getter with 7. With starters Kessler Edwards, Daniel Gafford, and Dante Exum not doing too much in their scoring, not doing too much scoring in their roles. And for the Sacramento Kings, all 5 scorers were in double figures. Leading scorer, DeMar DeRozan with the big 42 points. Second place, Malik Monk and Zach LaVine both had 17. And Jonas Valanciunas with the big 13 points off the bench. Domantas Sabonis with the big, huge 15 rebounds. Jonas Valanciunas with 8 huge boards off the bench. DeRozan had even had 7. And Domantas Sabonis and Malik Monk, our dog, Malik Monk, leading assist getter with 8. Team stats. Field goal percentage was in the 50s for the Kings, 55. 3-point percentage, Kings shot 35%, Dallas shot in the 40%. They actually hit 6 more threes than the Kings. The Kings hit 14 free throws, Dallas hit 15. Total rebounds, the Kings totally out-rebounded the Dallas Mavericks, getting about 17 more rebounds than them. Assists, blocks, steals. Assists, blocks about even. Steals. Dallas Mavericks had 11 steals. Kings had 3. And the Kings had 20 turnovers. Dallas had 11. Points to paint. Kings had 8 more points in the paint than Dallas. Eye test. I'm going to give the Kings an eye test. Yeah. Eye test. Eye test. Eye test. So this eye test, I'm going to show the end of the game, how the Kings were able to come back. So with about 8 minutes and 7 seconds left in the game, the Kings were down by 10 points. They were able to whittle it down until they had a tie, and they sent it to overtime where they won. This is the national broadcasters, the national coverage. You Kings were down by 5 at that point. They hit a shot. We're down by 3 with 5 minutes left to go. DeMar DeRozan with the ball in his hand, turnaround shot off the glass and in, which puts the Kings down by 1 point with about 5 minutes to go. 4.5 minutes to go, and the Kings are down by 1, and they actually go up by 1 with a nice pass and shot by Keon Ellis. Kyrie Irving dribbling into the lane with a nice jump stop and a shot from about 8 feet away. And as you can see at this point, it was kind of a back and forth game. The teams are kind of going back and forth, going at it. Tied up 110 with 2.5 to go. Dinwiddie off the bench hitting a shot coming down the lane from the right side. Keegan Murray almost hit that shot. Sabonis with the beautiful tip-in rebound. 114 up with 16 seconds left, and Kyrie Irving with the layup coming down the right side of the lane, putting them up by 2. What's going to happen? DeMar DeRozan gets the ball on the left side of the court, dribbles on the left side of the lane, jump stop, fade away, and it's good. With 3.5 seconds left, the game is tied. And they're not able to hit a shot before the end of regulation, and the game goes into overtime. And Kyrie was battling. He was battling at the end of this game. He did not want his team to lose. He was hitting clutch shots, coming down the lane, hitting layups. Malik Monk is always clutch. Always brings the excitement with his game. And Max Christie with the big 3 right there puts Dallas up by 1 with 2 minutes left to go. Malik Monk dribbles around, almost loses the ball. Floater, kind of blocked. And a beautiful rebound and tip. Malik Monk with an amazing offensive rebound and a drive to the basket for the layup. He was not going to let the Kings lose. Puts them up by 2. And at this point in the game, there's 20 seconds left. And the Kings are up by 4. Irving is able to hit the shot that puts them down by 2. Klay Thompson, always the Kings killer, hits the 3. 9 seconds left in the game to put them up by 1, 128-127. Dallas fans thought it was over until DeMar DeRozan had this step through with the big shot from about 10 feet away to win the game, 129-128 for the big overtime victory for DeMar DeRozan. Bottom line, the Kings morning after. Bottom line. Today's bottom line is my bottom line for this game is a win is a win. A win is a win. Do the Kings look clunky? Yes, they do. Does it look like they need a point guard or somebody to bring the ball up? At times it does. Is the defense perfect? No, it's not. But they are finding ways to win these games with 3 new guys on the roster that are playing big minutes and have a very important part in these games. And a win is a win. I mean, since the free agency deadline, the Kings are 3-2. I'm not mad at that. They're trying to develop chemistry. They're learning each other. Zach LaVine hasn't been, he hasn't been perfect yet. He hasn't had a huge game yet, but he is learning how to play with this team. He is finding his role with this team. And I see him driving to the basket at times. I see him bringing the ball up at times. I see him making nice cuts for alley-oop dunks. So he's finding his niche. He's finding his way to fit in, and the Kings have won back-to-back games. Bottom line, you can't be mad at that. How it's getting done, I'm not sure, but it's getting done. The Kings, I hear comments at times, people saying, looks like a motley crew, looks like this team is just kind of thrown together, and it looks very clunky at times, and it does. At this point, it does. But what can you say? You have 3 new people, 3 new guys that are trying to get acclimated onto this roster and get acclimated to this style of play. Did DeMar DeRozan look perfect in the beginning? you know, he looked okay. He did his thing. He held his own, but he had to find his niche. He had to find how he was going to fit into the game, and he's looking more and more like he's doing that. So same thing needs to happen with Zach LaVine, Jonas Valanciunas, and Jake LaRiviere, I think it is LaRiviere. So it's a work in progress, and they're winning while doing it, which is good. 3 wins to 2, you know, is the winning record. Hopefully they can keep this going. They do play New Orleans 2 times in a row on the road, which is going to be kind of weird. It's going to be kind of different. So they just need to keep gelling, keep finding the chemistry, keep practicing when they can, when they have opportunities, and keep following Doug Christie's way. And this team can do good. You know, they can make it to the playoffs, in my opinion. And that's my bottom line. Next up, on Wednesday, February 12th, we'll be on the road in New Orleans facing the Pelicans. And they do that twice. They play them in a back-to-back in their crib, which is so weird. But, you know, they just beat these guys at home, so they know what it takes. You know, they will be on the road, so they're not going to have their home cooking. They're not going to have their home beds. They're not going to have their own blankies. They need to go out and hold it down on the road. They've found a way to beat this team at home. Use that as a blueprint to beat these guys on the road. And the New Orleans Pelicans are led by Zion Williamson. Brandon Ingram was traded away. The Kings were hoping to get him. They were in talks for Brandon Ingram at one time. They also have Trey Murphy, Dejounte Murray, CJ McCollum, always the Kings killer, Yves Missi, Jose Alvarado, Herb Jones, Antonio Reeves, Daniel Theus, Javonte Green, Jordan Hawkins, and Carlo Metkovic. This is a young upcoming team that is led by Zion Williamson and Brandon Ingram at one time, but Brandon Ingram is gone. CJ McCollum is also one of their leaders, and he's also a Kings killer. Him and Zion together always seem to have good games against the Kings. So we need our big bodies, guys like Jonas Valanciunas, to go ahead and body up with Zion. We're going to need our quick guys like Malik Monk to make sure they're paying attention to CJ McCollum. No matter where he's at, stick to him like glue. And Jose Alvarado coming up has also seemed to be a Kings killer at times as well. So we just need to make sure these guys aren't going crazy from 3. Make sure we're making our closeouts quick closeouts. You know, we're not leaving guys open for 3. They came out to a 20-point lead on us in the first quarter of the last game. None of that this game. You know, don't let these guys get off to a big-ass lead in the beginning, so it won't be so hard to down the stretch in the fourth quarter on these guys. And they can bring this victory home from New Orleans. And it's a back-to-back, so that's going to be crazy to see. I just don't want the Kings going out there getting blown out. I want them to go out there, use their energy, especially in that first game, get that victory, and hopefully maybe they can get 2 victories out here in New Orleans. Betting lines. So on BetUS, betting lines, obviously I don't have the betting lines for the Kings game yet because that game is on Wednesday. Usually the betting lines come out the day of or after midnight sometime or so. But for tonight, they are saying that the Boston Celtics will win by 8.5. So it's about 8 o'clock here. So a lot of the games are pretty much finishing up. And the betting lines that they have here are for Wednesday, February 12th, which is great. It's tomorrow. And they say the Celtics should win by over the Spurs by about 8.5 points. They said the Orlando Magic will win by 11 over the Charlotte Hornets. OKC, Oklahoma City Thunder by 13 over the Miami Heat. And they say the Kings on the road will beat the Pelicans by 5, which is very interesting. That's a very interesting number. Vegas odds say the Kings should win on the road by 5. So how do you guys feel about that? If you like those odds, you know, bet in favor of the Kings. If you think they're going to win by more. If you think they're going to lose or win by less than 5, you would bet the Pelicans here. Usually there's also money line bets. Those probably won't come out till tomorrow, where you bet who's going to win straight up. They have over and unders. They also have parlay bets just like prize picks. I know some of you guys like to play the prize picks, but this site has all those special bets all those parlays too that you like. You just stack them up here, and you would put how much you want to bet here, and it'll tell you how much you would win if you place that $5 bet on these 3 teams to win. So it's pretty easy, pretty good, pretty cool site. I use it on my desktop computer, so it's a fun way to place bets. It's a full sports book, so they have all those prop bets and all those other fun bets as well. So if you like betting, you use desktop. I recommend you could use it on the phone too, but I use it on the desktop. And if you're interested in doing bets, I'm here in California, I recommend using BetUS, this site right here. Just click the link below in the description and use the link below, and they'll give you some free cash. We also have Prize Picks as a sponsor as well. You'll find their link in the bottom in the description as well. Use those links below and it helps out the channel. Thank you. And how are you guys feeling about the Kings currently? 3-2 since the trade deadline, 14-8 since Doug Christie has taken over. Do you feel he's going to be the head coach? Let me know in the comments. Make a comment for me, guys. I appreciate it. Making comments also helps me kick the algorithm's ass, helps bring eyes to the content, and I need more eyes on my content. So make a comment for me. I'd appreciate it. Let me know what you think, how the Kings are doing, how they're doing after the trade deadline, how Monty's doing. Let me know how I'm doing. Let me know about the weather. You can comment on anything. I don't care. Just make the comment below and let me know how you feel. Answer any of the questions I asked in this video. I appreciate it. And if you're still listening, I ask, please click that like button. It helps get more eyes on the content. I'm trying to grow the channel. Also, if you're into Kings news, Kings talk, NBA talk, click that subscribe button. I really appreciate it if you click that subscribe button. You click the icon over here in the corner and it turns into a subscribe button. You could use that, or you can subscribe at the end of the video as well. Either way, it's fine with me. Just subscribe. Help me out. We're going to try to do some live stuff and some watch party type stuff, so we're going to need a lot of subscribers logged in to do that. So go ahead and subscribe now. We're going to do some more fun stuff later. And if you can make a comment, I'd appreciate a comment. And also share it to any of your socials. I'd appreciate that as well. Thank you. And I got a motivational quote for you guys today. And I have a quote that I've used before, and I really like this quote. It makes a lot of sense to me. Hopefully it makes sense to you guys as well. And it goes like this: we are what we repeatedly do. Therefore, excellence is not an act, it's a habit. Hopefully that makes sense to you as well. It's really about being consistent and doing things all the time and repeatedly doing things the right way and always doing the things that you're supposed to be doing. We are what we repeatedly do. Therefore, excellence is not an act, it's a habit. So if you want to be excellent, you got to do it repeatedly. Be excellent all the time. Not just once. You don't just do one act of excellence. You're excellent all the time. You're excellent every day. If you're excellent every day, that's a habit. We want good habits, right? And that's pretty much all that I have for you guys today. I really appreciate you joining me. I really appreciate you watching this far. Hopefully you've clicked that like and subscribe button. Hopefully you'll come back for the next episode the day after tomorrow, which is the next game. The next game is tomorrow. So hopefully you'll be back on Thursday, which is the day after, for the next episode of the Kings Morning After Midday Cup of Joe with Jay. Yes. And with that, I'm out. But before you go, check out these moves. It's good. Yeah. Taco Tuesday. Yeah. Taco Tuesday. Yeah. Taco Tuesday.